Hi everyone, thank you for joining me at the Taylor Farm Center for Learning for our virtual STEAM class. So for those of you who are just joining us, and if you don't know, STEAM is an acronym and it stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. So last time when you were with me, we ended up doing a science and technology portion of our STEAM class. So this week we're going to be focusing on arts. And for our arts and craftsy bit today, we're going to be making this really cool paper lantern. So if you'd like to continue following along with this little tutorial on how to make this really simple yet really cute paper lantern, just keep watching. Okay, so to start this art project, what you will need is you'll need a pencil, pair of scissors, little tiny bit of school glue, and then you're going to need some tissue paper. Here I have 5 different colors. So I have white tissue paper, red, orange, brown, and yellow. And then we're also going to need something round, so you can use like a little jar that you have around in your house. I'm just going to use this for the base, or kind of like to make my my little lantern. So I'm going to use this for the size of the lantern, and then I'm also going to be using some regular white paper. All right, so let's get started. So with my white paper, what I did is I folded it into 8ths. So how you can do this is you just take your paper, fold it in half, and then you would fold this half sheet again, and it would be a quarter, and then you'd fold it again, and then it would be an 1/8. And what I did is I cut out 2 of these, so it's like a 1-inch by 11-inch piece of paper, and this is going to be helping us with forming the bottom and the top of our lantern. So when we're going to turn this into like a little circle, and when we make this into a lantern, it's going to help with our lantern standing straight up. All right, so let's get started creating this. Alright, so as you can see, I've kind of gone ahead and I've used my tissue paper to cut out little kind of fall pieces. And these are super simple. So what I did for the leaves is I cut a small square of the tissue paper, I folded it in half, and then I drew out a really interesting leaf shape. And what you're going to remember is that's half of the leaf. So like I mentioned, all of these leaves are folded. So you just draw the half shape. So I drew this half out, and then when I cut both of them, you open it up and you have a full leaf. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use our glue, and we're just going to glue everything down. So we'll speed this part of the video up, so that way you don't have to sit and stare at me gluing everything for a couple of minutes. And then when you're gluing these on, you want to be careful because the tissue paper is really thin. So what I usually do is I just go over it really gently with the glue stick, and then I stick it down. So if you're not confident in this, or if you think you're going to tear the paper, you can always ask your parent for help. And then to glue everything down, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just sticking them down where I think they look pretty. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, we're just gonna fast forward this. That way you don't have to stare at me taping things or gluing things down for like 5 minutes. Alright, and now on to construction. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use this to help with getting our circle started. So we're going to take our really cool lantern, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it all the way to the end of the container, and then we're going to roll it. Right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of tape where the edges match up, and then if your white, so over here, notice how my paper is not really matching up. What you can do if you wanted to make it as smaller is you could just gently, you can take the container out and then you can roll it yourself. Use this portion to stick some glue down, and then you're just going to glue it down like this. Alrighty, so I finished constructing it like I mentioned. So what I did is I ended up gluing down that entire side where the paper trims didn't meet, and then I stood it up, and right now I just have the flashlight on my phone going so you can see it. And you can use this with like a little pumpkin light. I wouldn't recommend an actual candle because this is paper, so the paper would catch on fire. But I would definitely use like a battery operated tea light or something like that. And as you can see, we've got our cool little pumpkin. And then we've also got like our neat little acorn. And then the other cool thing about this is if you wanted to, you could punch holes in the top here and thread some string through it and then create like a little bottom, and then you can make it and turn it into like a hanging lantern. Hi everyone, thank you again so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed making our really simple paper lantern. If you really like this and you've made one of your own, please feel free to take a picture and send it to us. Or if you'd like, you can also just hashtag CFL STEAM 2020. All right. Well, I can't wait to see your pictures. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great day and stay safe.